2018, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Jessica. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm doing a full face tutorial featuring two products from Huda Beauty, which are the Warm Brown Obsessions mini palette and the lip contour set, which comes with Spice Girl and Venus. At the end of the video, you'll be getting my thoughts on both of these products. But again, it is a full face tutorial featuring these two products. If you would like to know how I came up with this look, then please keep on watching. But before I get started, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and let's get started. So I've already did my eyebrows. I use the iconic London Cushion Sculpt and Boost cushion, and I have the medium shade. It's a really cool product. And besides that, I also prime my eyelid using the Tarte Shape Tape. I have shade Light Medium Honey, and I just put that all over my lid and just set it in with a beauty blender. So we can go ahead and get started with the eyeshadow. So I'm not exactly sure what these shade names are, but I'm grabbing that peachy reddish pink and that neutral brown and using that on my crease. You want to make sure that you bring it really close in here, but you want to make sure you kind of bring it all around like you're doing a half dome like this. So pretty much follow your eye. Next shade up is that purple. I'm going to grab a good amount and follow that on my crease as well, but I'm not bringing it up too high. I'm just placing that exactly on that crease. And you want to make sure you put it on the inner corners of your crease as well. I'm just doing a light blend. I'm barely putting pressure on the brush because you don't want it to come off too heavy. I'm just going to go back and forth with that fluffier blending brush. By the way, this is the Morphe E37, and I use this for the crease shade, and I'm just going to go back and forth just to blend that out the best that I can. For this next step, I'm going to use another blending brush. This one is just a little bit more dense and kind of a little bit more pointed, but it's not that pointed. It is the Morphe E17, and I'm going to dip into that. It's kind of like a brown purple in that center, and I'm going to place that directly on the inner and outer corner of my crease. Just blend that out lightly on that crease. Once you bring it up there, you don't want to pass that crease. And then that little naked spot you see, yay, that little naked spot you see there, we're just gonna tap a little bit of color there. We're gonna cover that anyway, but it's gonna be, as you can see, a little bit thin there, so you just have to put light product. You don't have to add anything extra. And you can go as dark as you want, and I think that's good. And I'm just gonna blend it out. And I'm gonna blend it out using that purplish shade. It's like a grape shade. And I will just blend that out. Alright, next step is going to be, again, grabbing my Tarte Shape Tape, putting a good amount on a flat brush. This is a flat concealer brush. So once you have that concealer on the brush, you're gonna just a little bit above your natural crease, especially for me because I have a bit of hooded eyes, so when I do a cut crease or any sort of crease like this, if I don't go above my crease, it's gonna get all screwed up when I open and close my eyes because that line is gonna just start blending away. Pretty much what I have done is I created kind of that sunset or sunrise look, if you want to call that. It's okay if it gets a little bit messy because I'm going to end up blending those colors here at the end, and I just use my finger to kind of set that a little bit. I'm going to wet that pigment just a little bit, and that's that center coppery shade. Place that pigment or shadow, I'm sorry, in the center, just like so. Bringing it low down here. Just get in that crease. Now that we've placed that coppery shadow where we want it, we're going to go back in those two shadows, the grape purple and that brown, that purple brown, and we're just going to deepen it up again on those outer and inner corners. And pretty much making sure that you blend out those harsh lines between the shadow and that copper. The one thing about the shadow, it is a beautiful shadow and it blends out so nicely. You just have a lot of fallout. That's why I did my shadow first. And just to darken up that lash line, going in with that dark purple brown. Nothing too special, just again deepening up and making a there but barely there liner. So the lash that I'm using today is the Huda Beauty in the Amore style. Super pretty. They're, I would say, a medium length eyelash. You probably can't tell, but it's very nice and wispy on the ends, and they're very fluttery. There we go, that's the word. So I'm gonna pop these on and then I'll be right back. Lashes are on and I look like I have two black eyes, but anyway, I'm using the Smashbox Photo Finish Clear Primer, and I'm just gonna put that on the center of my face, underneath my eye and my chin, so pretty much this area. For today's foundation, I'm using the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. I am in the shade Nude, using my Morphe M439 foundation brush just to evenly coat my face. I used to really like this foundation, like a lot. Like I thought I knew everybody was raving about, but my skin kind of changed and started becoming more oily over the past year. And it just stopped working for me then. I don't know what it is. Oh, using the NARS Creamy Concealer in Medium 1 Custard, just going to cover my dark circles. This might take a while. I also like to add macadamia towards like the outer portion of that shape I made, just because it's pretty much almost the same tone, color, shade. I can't talk. Bitches, you're drunk. Same shade as my foundation, so just so it blends out really pretty. And I also like putting that concealer under my nose. I've been using a different setting powder lately. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Setting Powder. I'm just gonna add some a little bit right here, right on my dark circles to set those creases. But the rest, I'm actually gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury powder. That Too Faced Peach powder actually smells really good. Random fact, I can't really eat peach rings because for some reason any like peach flavored food, candy, other than peaches, other than the fresh fruit, anything peach flavored gets me kind of nauseous, so I can't do that. And I was hesitant to buy that powder because I thought it would get me nauseous. But it's not, it smells peachy but not really peachy. Has a nice fragrance, but it's not like overpowering for me. Before I finish the rest of my face, I'm just gonna finish my under eye, So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my OG setting powder, which is the RCMA No Color powder, and I'm just gonna place that right underneath that like high cheek under eye area, just in case there's fallout, I can just sweep it off easily. This is my Morphe E70, my hands are all powdery. Anyways, this is the Morphe B72, and I'm gonna go back and forth with these two shades. I'm gonna go right underneath that lash line. Dipping into my chocolate gold palette, I am gonna grab Rich Girl, which is that, I would say a champagne-y silver gold, more on the silver side, and I'm gonna pop that on the inner corners. I'm actually mixing it with that classy, sassy. For my contour today, I'm gonna use the Hoola Benefit Bronzer. for blush, I have this Morphe blush palette. This is the 9B, and I will be using that one in the center. Doesn't have a name, but that one. So for highlight, I'm going to be mixing two of them. This is the Mirame highlighter from the Dose of Colors Desi X Katie collection, and then the other one I will be using is the Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator. As you can see, it's very well loved. I have Gilded Honey, but surprisingly I use this one the most. I really like it, really like the formula, and it just looks beautiful on. So the camera stopped recording as I was lining my lips, or a little bit before that, but since you missed it, I was using, or am using, the Huda Beauty lip contour set. I have the one with lip contour, which is Spice Girl, the matching darker shade in Spice Girl, the liquid lip, and then the lighter one, which is the liquid lip in Venus. Again, this is what it looked like. They were in these little components. Started lining my lip. I'm gonna finish lining my lip and then I will move forward. Second step is the Spice Girl matching liquid lip to the lip liner. Wait, also, I don't know if you can see that. This is why I can't wear this Hourglass foundation. It's starting to crease right there, and I never ever crease right there. Like my smile line. Not this smile line, but right on my lip, I never crease there. And then for some reason with this foundation, that shows. Anyway, third shade is the liquid lip in Venus. That's going in the center of my lips. We're all done with this look. Now I'm gonna go over my thoughts on both of those products. So I'm going to start with the eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palette, I would say that it is a very I had it backwards. It is a very promising set. It has a great variety of shades, and it's not an overwhelming palette. Again, it is a mini palette, obviously, but I feel like you can do many looks with these 9 shades. I think it's perfect for traveling if you want to throw it in your to-go bag or your carry-on, whatever you want to call it. Very versatile, especially with that copper tone right in the center. You can jazz things up with that. If not, you have all your mattes. So with the formula, again, they're matte. They blended very beautifully, very easily. I feel like it really did the work for you. There's not a lot of blending. So if you are a beginner with eyeshadows, I wouldn't say no to this palette, honestly. Again, they're easy to use. The only setback I would have with this palette, I don't know if it is for every one of her eyeshadows. This is actually the first 2 products that I've tried from Huda Beauty. However, it does have a lot of fallout. So good thing I did my eyeshadow first and then moved on to foundation. I think it's a great palette. Another huge plus is I appreciate when palettes come with a good mirror. This palette wasn't overwhelmingly pricey. I'll put the price of the palette up here. I forgot off the top of my head, but I just remember it wasn't that pricey. But however, I know Huda Beauty is a more, I don't want to say a high-end brand, it's more of like the more expensive brands. But I don't like when I spend a good amount of money on a palette and they don't have a good mirror in there. You know which ones I'm talking about, where they're just kind of warped and kind of look like the circus mirrors. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. If I'm gonna spend a good amount of money on a palette, at least put in a good mirror. But anyway, mirror was a huge plus. Obviously it's a small mirror, but it's still a good mirror. Yeah, good palette. I would say 8 out of 10. The only thing that is missing those 2 points is the fallout. Very versatile, easy to use. Moving on to the lip contour set. The lip contour set, I really did like the formula from the 2 liquid lips. These lips are transfer proof. They are a matte formula. Even though it was transfer proof, it doesn't feel dry on the lips. Like, it honestly feels like it hasn't completely dried down yet. but it's not an uncomfortable feeling. With that being said, it is a very comfortable formula. It's not sticky. I mean, it is a matte formula, but other than that, I feel like I've tried matte lips and they just feel very dry down and crack on me. This is not the case for this one. The only thing that I haven't really judged is how well it lasts when I eat or drink something. So that's one thing I need to try out with these liquid lips. But other than that, it's a beautiful color, feels really great, very comfortable. I would honestly give it a 9 out of 10. And I don't remember this breaking my bank, and if you're looking for a good kit, I honestly think this entire kit was as much as the Kylie lip kit. And the Kylie lip kits come with two things, the liner and the liquid lip, and this comes with too many liquid lips and the liner. But I will put the price right here because I forgot off the top of my head, but I don't remember these being that expensive. I really do like both of these products. I've never actually tried any other products from Huda Beauty. If you have any favorites that are from Huda Beauty, what are those? Leave those down below because I do want to try more. So if you convince me to purchase something, I will make a video with more Huda Beauty products because it's a brand that I've been wanting to try more. I just haven't gotten around to it because I have been sticking to my comfortable products, my comfort zone. But anyway, that concludes this video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already. I'd really appreciate that. But other than that, I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.